Hello friends, how are you all? I hope you are doing well. Welcoming you all to the lecture of dairy microbiology in the Department of Microbiology from the Arts, Commerce and Science College, Satana. I am Anuja Pawar, Assistant Professor from the Microbiology Department, Satana. Today we are going to discuss about the good manufacturing practices for the dairy processing plant. So first of all we have to know about what is good manufacturing practices. So good manufacturing practices are the guidelines established to assure that the food products that we are using, that is manufactured and stored under the safe and sanitary conditions. That means it is properly designed and located and maintain the sanitary facilities which will protect us or the products or the equipment from the contamination by insects, ants or the other method spread of the contamination. It is the part of the quality assurance which ensure that the product are consistently produced and controlled to the quality standard appropriate to their use and required by the marketing authorities, which plays important role in the prevent the risk assessment quality of the efficiency for the reason which in the World Health Organization quality assurance guidelines. So there are the 5 P's or the 5 main components involved in this, that is the people, product, procedure, processes and premises. These 5 P's are involved. So in the people, it is important for the individual to understand their role and responsibilities to ensure that the operating within the capabilities. So the proper training must be given to the people or the personnel which are involving in the manufacturing process unit. Then next is the premises, which maintain the cleanliness and properly calibrated equipment in the crucial dairy processing facilities. Then the processes, which is important to have the clear and consistent process for the manufacturing. That should be documented, simple to follow and validated to ensure the safety and suitability of the all products. Then products throughout the production process, it is crucial to have the clear and the specification for the all products, which include the carefully formulating, testing and the labeling of both raw or the final products. And the last one is the procedure, which follows the guidelines which excluding the critical processes. It is necessary to document all the manufacturing procedure to ensure the uniform quality and compliances with the food safety standard. These good manufacturing practices which are important for the risk management, quality management system, product control, risk management, personal and training competence that we are seeing in this diagram. So there are the key aspects for the good distribution of the practice regulation, which involves at the organizational level, personal level, quality systems, warehouses, vehicle and equipment, transportation, labeling, dispatch, documentation, complaints and recalls. So for this, the appropriate storage conditions should be maintained, the prevention of contamination should be avoided, regular turnover should be calculated, timely and accurately should be delivered, the labeling should be proper, complaints and recalls also should be noted down or should be carried out. So the good manufacturing practices for the dairy processing plant consist of the personal practices. For these personal practices, there are various factors involved in this, like the disease control, personal hygiene, how the personal hygiene is important, how it should be carried out to prevent the contamination in the food products or the dairy products. That means our hair should be tied, our nails should be cut, the accessory that we are using it should be avoided. Then the disease control. There are number of people which are affectable in the processing unit by the various diseases. So it should be communicated or it should be removed for the microbiological contamination. Then the uniform, how the uniform should be used. So uniform should be clean. It should be, if you are visiting to the home, it should be not taken with you at the home. This should be properly clean. The areas where the product come in direct contact with the employee's uniform, so it should be washed properly. The uniform should not have the pockets, or the pocket should not fill with the pen, pencil or the other equipments. Ear plugs should be attached to the falling into the products. Then next important point that comes under the personal practices, that is hand washing, which is very important because hand washing should be proper. That means entire hand, wrist, finger that should be washed with and dipped with the hand sanitizers. This hand wash should be before or after the starting the work, or after the coughing, sneezing, blowing the nose, etc. After eating, after touching anything, this should be washed properly, or the use of the gloves can be optional for the maintaining the sanitary conditions. Then next point is about the open sore or the bandages. So open sore have the harbor to the bacteria which cause the illness. So the bandages or the that should be used to distinguish or not to avoid the any contamination. Then the visitor guideline is also very important. So visitor should, if visitor coming to the dairy processing plant, so they should know about the personal practices for the good manufacturing practices in the dairy industry. So they should practice us of the hair covering or the personal hygiene. Then this all about the personal hygiene practices. Next we have to say about the guidelines for the sanitary operation and the production. So the in the production area it should be also considered like the floors, drains, brush program, periodic cleaning schedule should be mentioned and it should be followed at the federal or the state or the local guidelines. Then the footwear baths should be taken out where the production area is free from the food areas. Then the mats, rubber mats should be used. All mats should be routinely cleaned. Floors should be properly dry. Then the brush program is also done. Brush program with the different types of the colors we can use, like the example we can take the black bristles we can use for the drains, or the blue bristle for the equipment cleaning, or the red bristle for the raw milk product surfaces cleaning, etc. Then the hand dips, as we already discussed about hand sanitizing, which is very important in the production area. Containers for the fruit products. The containers that we are using for the dairy products, that should be always clean and kept dry, sanitary, clean and holding, because it holds our dairy products. Then next point is about the sanitary utensil, the utensil that we are using, which prevent the adulteration and contamination by the fragrance, water and other contamination. Then the trash storage and disposal. It should be conveyed, stored and disposed to as minimize the development of odor, prevent the waste from the becoming attachment, herborage or bleeding place for the vermin, and prevent the contamination for the food contact surfaces and water supplies. Then the cleaning of ingredients or the bags or the containers which were prior to the opening. So the brush dust from the bag or the production pellets before them process areas. Clean products stored on the dirty pellets will be transferred to the clean pellets prior to the opening. This care should be taken. Then the lubricants. Only the good food grade lubricants, that means the USDA approved lubricant should be used. And for the fitting, bearing and other wear surfaces lubricants. These containers should be easily cleanable and maintained in sanitary conditions. Then next point is about the reuse of packing materials. Dirty or the broken pallets shall not be used, because these pallets can be leads to the contamination or the rodent or the insect, which may extraneous matters can be also included in this. So the pallets label on the exterior having carried pesticide, oil or the toxic material, which again leads to the contamination. Then the use of glass in production area. Glass should be not brought in the any production area. Samples should be collected in the proper utensils. Then the receiving and shipping practices. Refrigerating units we are using for the various dairy products for the preservation of cheese or the paneer or the curd, etc. So this shipping and receiving practices should also follow properly. Hand cleaning and the toxic compound. So the cleaning end, as we already discussed, this should be properly washed, and all the cleaning and sanitizing compound shall be FDA or USDA approved. The volatile solvents which are toxic or harmful around the food products like the chloroform, benzene, acetylene must not be used in this area, so that they will not come in contact with the ingredients of the material or the products. Pesticide application should be controlled by the licensed person. All the pesticide should be regarded as the poisonous, or the label as the poisonous, or the so this toxic compound should be not be used. Packaging practices and product protection. Care should be exercised with the moving, handling and strong products to avoid the damage the packaging, which will affect adversely the contact of the food packaging. So that's all about we see in the guidelines for the sanitary operation and the production, like the floor, drain, brush, periodic cleaning schedule should be mentioned, mats, hand dips, sanitary utensil, storage, trash and disposal should be done, pallet boxes, how should it use, cleaning, hand cleaning, packaging practices, etc.